welcome back to Film Fakers Commentary with your friends from Superluminal Films. My name is Dan.
J-Rod.
Max.
And we are here to talk to you about a film scene, because that's what Film Fakers Commentary is. But it's different now than it ever has been before. Max, why don't you tell them why it's different?
Yeah, so you can see probably right now that it looks a little different than the way we've been doing it with the poster up front and then cut to the scene itself. Two reasons we're changing it. One, we want to talk a little bit more about having an idea about the scene, not just, man, the scene's really sweet. We want to actually have something interesting, hopefully a little bit more interesting to talk to with you all about. And we also don't want to keep getting copyright strikes on YouTube for using scenes from movies.
Ooh, copyright strikes.
Oh my God. Way harder than I thought it would be.
Yay, copyright law. Boo, copyright strikes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a real fine dance that we're doing with previous Film Fakers. So we figured this was better. It gives us a chance to be more visually interesting and hopefully morph what was Film Fakers into a video essay.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
So what are we here to talk about today, Max?
We are here to talk about...
we don't know.
You don't know. We're here to talk about the most important scene in the film Ghostbusters.
Slim.
No.
Janosch.
That's Ghostbusters 2.
The Marshmallow Man.
Sort of.
The Proton Packs.
I mean, those are certainly in it.
That's not a scene.
Um,
Why don't you tell us what you want us to say?
Yeah, the most important scene, in my opinion, it's the bridge scene where Ray and Winston are in the Ecto-1 and they talk about religion and the end of the world.
Yes.
Eschatology.
Yes.
The ends of the world.
Yeah, and the reason this scene is important, and the most important in my opinion, is because the whole movie without this scene has no weight and it has no stakes.
Delicious.
Yeah, I mean, those stakes have weight, but not that kind of stake.
Yeah, the ones you kill vampires with.
Also, no.
The
There's no
stakes have never
vampires.
been higher.
The stakes have never been higher.
I see.
We need
Put them on a shelf.
we need the third act to matter, right? We need that battle on the rooftop of Dana's apartment to mean something. We need there to be a good chance the Ghostbusters will fail, because otherwise we don't really care about Gozer the Gozerian very much. It also sets up a really interesting dynamic with the third act joke, which is, well, we're all kind of screwed, so let's just try crossing these streams, eh?
Which Egon has earlier explained to us will probably result in an explosion that'll kill us all.
Right. Otherwise, the world will definitely be destroyed at the hands of the 500-foot Marshmallow Man.
So it's a gamble, is what you're saying.
Yes, a very dark, bleak kind of version of that.
I mean, it's sort of a gamble in that it could end the world, but it's also their only way of not ending the world.
and that gives you that black humor that the rest of the movie doesn't really touch on, but that is a good moment of it, especially because the form of the Destructor is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
500-foot Marshmallow Man.
Yes,
My
thank
God,
you, Dan
that Stay
Aykroyd.
Puft's music.
I tried to think of the most harmless thing.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in a wrestling get-up?
Yeah. All that isn't funny. It's not interesting. It doesn't. You're not kind of like waiting to see what happens if these four chuckleheads can make this work.
Yeah.
Without that scene,
It's true.
that whole thing needs something to tie
It's
the room
also
together.
probably the scariest scene in the entire movie.
It definitely is. We're not talking about Babylonian gods and
Pseudoscience.
yeah,
and-
psychokinetic energy. Now we're talking about actual Christian religion.
Yep.
True, eschatology and the end of the world, and perhaps the end of the world was brought about by four guys from New York.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh shit. Now, and then it also gives them this big piece of responsibility. Like,
Yeah, you
this
guys
is
gotta
our
save
fault.
the world.
Yeah, you fucked this up. You have to unfuck this.
Unfuck this house.
Yeah, not winning any awards, right, for cinematography or anything crazy. It's a master and over basically.
Could be stock footage for all we know.
Yeah, the long shots, other than the Ecto-1 being in them, right? Like,
Yeah.
That could be a composite.
yeah, it's like, well, okay.
Yeah, they'll make it fine.
Yeah, but you need it. To me, for my money, it's the most important scene in Ghostbusters.
All right, that's going to bring us down to the end. If you like what you're hearing and seeing here, it's www.superliminalfilms.com. Also on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. Bye, everybody.